Look up in the sky. What's that? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Superman. I've always wanted to say that here in Metropolis, Illinois, where they have this massive Superman statue. But oh my goodness, I didn't think it was gonna be this kind of rainy day. This is just the beginning of one crazy experience here, so I guess it's as good a time as any to say hello, adventurers, and welcome back to my channel. We are visiting Metropolis on the celebration of 50 super years. From 1972 to 2022, Superman has been standing strong and defending all of Metropolis. In fact, it is here at the very center of town that you can find the signs talking about the 50 super years. On January 21st, 1972, Metropolis, Illinois was given the authorization by National Periodical Publications, or DC Comics, to become the adopted home of Superman. That same year, the state of Illinois also was recognizing Metropolis, Illinois as the home of Superman by passing a House Resolution number 572. Now, in addition to Superman here, you can also find a statue of Lois Lane and also a piece of kryptonite. Ooh, they keep it far away from him. Don't worry, don't worry. So as you can see, larger than life, absolutely awesome, but there's more. There's always more, guys. There's actually a Superman museum over here. And I can only imagine what they have inside, considering that they have the release on Superman. They can put anything crazy in here. So let's go check it out and get out of the rain. I'm so sweet. I'm made of sugar. I'm gonna melt. This has got to be one of the most interesting and unique Pepsi machines I have ever seen. And wow, there is a whole tour bus stop for the greatest American hero, Superman. Now guys, if I get in this phone booth right here, does that mean that I can change into Superman? I don't think I can. But something else I'm noticing is it looks like the open sign is not on. Oh no, did we miss them? Let's find out. Oh no, we did in fact miss them. Or did we? Oh, there's another door. Tricky, tricky. Okay guys, only $8 and we are now exploring the museum. I'm so excited because there's just a lot. So I'm gonna be showing you some of the highlights. Now you are going to have to come here to Metropolis to see everything because the collection is expansive. And not only that, but this store right here that I just passed through, well, I already picked up my patch. As you know, I collect those, but if you've ever wanted something that has Superman on it, this would be the coolest place ever to get it, I'm just saying. But as we enter, let me show you what we're looking at. Now, of course, before we get to the super cool stuff that's all on display, I wanted to show you a few of the articles that were written up about this place. So this is the Paducah Sun, and you can see here a super plan. Now this came out and you can see part of the collection in it, and they have some other things also that are quite interesting. Definitely scan over these. Here is another one. Here's a man with a super collection right here, and again, you're gonna have to come and read through these because this always tells kind of the backstory that goes along with what we are about to see. And this is part of the collection. From floor to ceiling, there are Supermen everywhere. I almost feel weird calling him Supermen, but Supermans would not work. So let's start off with this case right here. You see there's a pin and button collection that dates all the way back to the 1930s right here. In addition, they have some rings up here that date back to the 30s all the way up to the 90s as well. And then you can see the variations of Superman as he changes kind of over time. You'll see here this is a very nice super muscular looking Superman, but this guy over here, he's a little bit different looking. So this is going to be the theme. We're going to see every iteration of Superman known to man inside this museum. All I can say is if you are watching this, Dawn, you have to come back here. And for those of you who don't know who Dawn is, go check out the Dawn of Van Life. She's one of my best friends on the road, and she loves Superman. Now, in this row right here, we have something actually pretty special. Right here, this brick. This is an official super brick from the chimney of the Siegel home. That's located in Cleveland, Ohio. And it is to commemorate the location where Superman was first created in the 1930s. Glenville High School friends Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster were the author and artist. Look at this big guy. But this isn't just any big Superman. No. This actually was from one of the first billboard murals in 1972. Wow. Now, at the time that Superman first came out, there were all sorts of interesting branded items. And inside here, we can see some of those. And also, what would have been a very dapper Clark Kent style look right here. So we have some of the black and whites, and then also some of the really interesting items that definitely I have never seen anywhere else in this shelf back here. Here is a George Reeves motion picture employee card. Also, there's a Channel 11 Superman card. The Lambs George Reeves card. Look at this. These are so neat. Ever wonder what the Daily Planet press pass would have looked like? Well, there you go right there. There's Clark Kent. And then also in this display, you find some of the more interesting items, like this one right here. There is this piece over to the right-hand side, and then also one over on the left-hand side. But in these little cases, you see how it was used and a brief little description of why they used it, how it worked, and then what year it would have been used in. Wow, just so cool. That is amazing. Now, depending on your age, you may have known Superman in various forms, but I think that the coolest thing about a place like this is they kind of show you all of the different styles and all of the different animations and the actual humans who have portrayed Superman, and with each one of them have come out different personality traits within the character, and I really like how they have developed that and been able to encompass them into one big location. So as we go about, there's some amazing pieces that have been used and recognized throughout many years and many generations now. Here we have some wallets and coin pouches, and this one is from 1976 here on the right. And as we continue to go down, you see different things, different styles. Here's a dime register bank. They have candy-coated peanuts. Here's an action ring poster. Here's one that says, "I pledge to be friendly and cheerful with others." Comb and brush sets. Tin toys. These are called turnover tanks from the 1940s, and they're valued at over $1,000. This one right here, I have never seen before. This is a wooden jointed doll from 1939. He is valued at $1,200. And I think what's great about this is you can actually see what he would have looked like also whenever he was being played with. So you could pose him in various ways, and that was pretty neat too. These are some amazing pieces to the collection. This one is actually autographed. It was from Chapter 1, Superman Flies Again, Adam Van versus Superman. And then some more over here, Superman at Bay, Chapter 14. Now, something else super neat is that they are not finished yet. They are continuing to expand the area. And as they do, there's some really neat stuff in this room too. So now that you have the basics from me, I am going to let Superman speak for himself. I'm going to show you around many of the different displays here and just let you check out some of these amazing pieces. Now again, this is only scratching the surface. There's no way I can show you all of this because there's so much here. But while they're celebrating the 50th, you should definitely try to come and slide into town for the Superman festival that they do. It's awesome. I was watching some videos online and oh my goodness, this year is going to be epic. But let Superman do some talking. Now, again, just a tiny portion of some of the props that they have used or some of the things that they have worn, some of the things that were created as a result of the franchises, and then also some of the really unique things that people can wear around and just enjoy or play with. But did you know that because of Superman, other cartoons and other characters were developed, such as Supergirl. Supergirl has her own little room here, so you can kind of see some of the different things that came about to inspire that girl power too. And I think that's just really, really neat. Now, there's also a little cutout here that you can take your picture with, and it's just really super fun. Super fun, Superman, Supergirl. Just saying. And of course, no Superman Empire would be complete without the more recent installment, which was Smallville. In fact, there's a whole case right here dedicated to Smallville with some of the draft scripts, and then also some of the various shirts that were worn in the production itself. So that in itself is pretty neat. Now, I really love that these signs just flat out tell you, hey, this was worn by such and such. And then right next to it, you'll have a script that shows you maybe the episode that you might have even seen it in, which is awesome. Now, believe it or not, this was one of the original OG Superman phone booths. In fact, inside you can see a couple of photos kind of on the back wall here, but also there's a little thing that says that this was from the 1948 version of Superman. So very, very neat. Oh my goodness. I get really geeked out whenever it comes to things that I have seen growing up and then getting to see them in person. This is one of them. I do wonder now, though, if Superman were to be written now as opposed to when it was, what would Superman have gone in to change? Now, one of the versions of Superman that is a little bit more recent is the Dean Cain version. So here's Dean Cain, and you can see how the suit has slightly evolved a bit, but also there's a few other things in this one. Oh wait, this is focused mostly on Lois Lane. In fact, Lois and Clark became yet another spin-off version of the original Superman. And I remember watching this one whenever I was growing up. It was just really kind of more of a fun version. And so I watched it because, you know, they had the fancy, glamorous Lois, who was just this girl next door, yet she wasn't. But then there was Clark Kent, who was this dapper man who was very dignified and handsome, and it was just a fun show to watch. So this is something that was more within my generation that was regularly on television. Now, I still did watch the older versions and the movies, of course, but this was my TV version of Superman. And some of these were actually worn by Terry Hatcher, or in the style of Terry Hatcher, and you'll find lots of information in this section about her and her time on the show, in addition to some really fun photos taken from magazines and things like that that line the top part. Now, in these cases also, though, you find more of the costumes that would have been worn at the time. And as you go around, you'll see signs like this, not only in this case display, but also in the earlier ones with Christopher Reeves and some of the others, even Marlon Brando items. And it tells you that they have a certificate of authenticity on all of these, which is, oh my goodness, insane. Now, just to kind of give some context on what it takes to get one of those. It's a lot in a lot of these cases. In fact, I've looked into getting a few things in the past just because I was just super invested in them. And it's a lot, guys. And there are dozens upon dozens of them here. So that's just absolutely amazing. But here's another case with some more Smallville things, which would be this super modern version of Superman that would be on television now. Here you have autographs, props, cute little pieces that people might have collected along the way, like little stickers. And then you have some of these marked lots like these, which were worn again. Now, throughout these, you'll find TV guides. Oh my goodness, those are antiquated now, but wow, TV guides, books. And of course, Superman took on a little bit different role in this one. He wasn't the traditional Superman that we're all familiar with. He was very different. Now, something I personally appreciate about the Supermans of throughout different times is that they've always appealed to the people who are watching at that moment. So for example, within the cartoon series, they did this whole redesign at one point in time to make him look different and appeal to a different group of people who are watching more like anime style. So it almost went to a farce version of Superman as opposed to the version that we all kind of traditionally grew up knowing in the beginning. But they made the story fit also. And that's what they've done with these adaptive series also, where they've made the story appeal to more people so Superman's legacy can live on and on and on. No kryptonite here. But we always like to take it back to the original, George Reeves. In fact, this is a Superman belt. It was valued at, for the yellow one, $5,000, and for the brown one, $6,000. That's pretty awesome, right? George Reeves was the man who made us love the character in the first place. And so I love that they have a very large collection of George Reeves items here. Now this is kind of interesting, and I don't know how I missed this. I guess I haven't seen all of these super older episodes. This was from 1951, and this were the Mole Men bald caps. And these were actually worn in, they kind of looked like this. That's interesting right there. In fact, I think it's just really interesting to see all of the different hair pieces that they had. They even had some that were used with Marlon Brando, which was super amazing. Marlon Brando, of course, being the iconic man that he is. Oh my goodness. This just makes me giddy inside to see all of these different pieces. And wow, it's slightly overwhelming because there's just so many here. And that's a big one for me because I usually am just like all over the place, but I am just squirrel syndrome right and left. So many great pieces. Check this out, guys. This costume was worn by George Reeves, 1951. This was for The Adventures of Superman. Very different looking suit than the more modern versions. This was actually a Clark Kent Breakaway shirt, also worn in 1951 by George Reeves. And this is just really neat. I always thought that he had a shirt that tore away, but maybe through snaps. But this looks more like what we would call a dickie. It just kind of had a front to it, but not a back. And it had no closure on the bottom part of the back, only the top part. So it made it super easy for him to make that transition. Superman has appeared on his own Wheatie box, it looks like. And then there's just so many great books about the life of the various Supermans, and so many amazing stories are shared here. It's really cool. Really, really cool. Here's a much more square-jawed Superman right here. And all of these Metropolis souvenirs run from 1972 until more current. So these are all things from right here in Metropolis, Illinois. Now what I think is really fun is after you look at the wall here, you see so many memories that have been created as a result of one singular idea. People who came together to see something really epic that they really enjoyed, and each of them took away something cool, whether it be from watching it on the big screen, watching it at home on their TVs, or coming right here to Metropolis. Making memories is something that you can do from any location, but it's a lot cooler when you get to see it in person. I'm just saying. So if you have an opportunity to come to Metropolis, Illinois, I definitely suggest it. I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Remember though, guys, we are not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time. In places like this, it's hard not to have a good time. Till next time, guys. Bye.